ladies and gentlemen. I I decided to try and beat a fortress the way everybody else does. I technically did it, but I also friggin' died, which sucks because I just gotten everything kind of back up where I wanted it. Swords above 60s. It drives me nuts when I die. I can't stand it. But I mean, it is what it is. It's friggin' ashlands. You can't get away from it. That being said, I thought I was being a slick Rick. Friggin', I'll show y'all here in a minute. I've already see my body's still over there. I can show you something I did though, which it worked pretty well actually. See that flame uh, ore node right there? Well, I had a portal that's still over there in that dilapidated, torn down castle, whatever. And I hopped up and I stood on top of that right there, and I was able to shoot all four turrets. And I think I was able to take out one of the warlocks. Maybe it was two. No, two of them. The one up here, and I think there's two down here. Oh, no, and I got one here. See, there's only one left, but somehow, as I was killing that spawner right there, and I was running around to do the other one, he hit me with that ball of fire, and I didn't have my fire resistance on. Man, it just cooked me. Friggin' cooked me. So now I'm in the process of gathering everything up, picking everything up. I already bashed through the wall. I got one electric node and two poison nodes. I didn't hardly get nothing of flame metal ore, and usually I get like 60 to 90 actually. It's a lot. I usually get a ton of it. Not this round. It really sucks too because you see how I got my all flame metal armor? Well, I was like, man, because I wasn't sure what I was going to have to deal with when I got back in here. Plus another Valkyrie spawned on my death, and another the I can't never remember their name. The troll equivalent for the ashlands, the bone looking thing. So I built me a whole new set of flame metal. I only leveled it up to level 2 though, but I figured that was enough. And this is what I brought with me to take the fortress back over. But now I gotta get all the stuff off my body here. Get it all run back to town. I'm not worried about the rocks right now. Yeah, that's what happened. So, I mean, yeah, you can come in guns blazing and it can work out, but I actually when I get back I'll show y'all how I got into here. Let me see. Put this stuff where it goes. That goes there. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna sort this stuff out. I quit smoking like I don't know, like 6 years ago, somewhere in there, and then I started dipping the stuff called snus. Then my throat started hurting a couple weeks ago, so I was like, oh boy, alright, better stop that. So now I'm chewing the friggin' Nicorette gum. So on the occasion, if you hear any smacking, I apologize. That's what it is. Oh yeah, I was going to show you how I got in here. It doesn't always work out where there's a low side. but it did. In this case, I only built up like 2 high, and then 2 ladders high, and then jumped in here. I built up a little wall over there. Um, I was trying to. This is where I killed one of the other warlocks from here, actually. And then the last one I had to get down in here and kill. But I was able to kill him. Um, so, like I said, if you're wearing heavy armor and you come in guns ablazing, like I said, you can do it. It just friggin' sucks when you die. Can't stand dying. Oh, nope, not dealing with you right now. Just don't feel like it. I went around collecting stuff and I should have been grabbing this stuff. Wait, I'm going the wrong direction with it. You know what? This stuff's more important right now anyways. Yeah, well, I'll come back and grab the rest of that and then all that. I was leaving the shield generators at every single fortress that I took over, and I got to thinking, you know what? I'm basically just gonna use them as spawn points for just to get around the map. You know what I mean? But they do make, perfectly guarded spawn points. Or portal points, rather. So, it works out pretty well. But you don't really technically need a shield generator at them. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go collect all my other ones except for my first fortress, because there I actually built a base there. Setting the game aside, I was thinking about something today, and if you're not, if you're not a Christian or you're not religious at all, if you don't believe in Jesus or our Father in heaven, this might be the part where you want to dip out. 3, 2, 1. I was thinking today, if you think about all the times where things were going bad in the Bible and the people had to, rally, they were always told to pray. Kind of like when they were, which I'm terrible with names of anything, people, just anything. I'm friggin', I can't remember names for nothing. But that story in the Bible where they had to march around the city blowing the trumpets for like 7 days and praying. And then there's a bunch of stories where, Noah was told to pray about his sons because they were succumbing to evil, yada yada. It was always group prayer, mass prayer. And I was thinking, I've heard Trump mention Jesus, actually say Jesus, throwing it up to him, and on more than one occasion. And I've heard him talking about praying. I was thinking, if he were to, like, say, all right, look, I want, which I know separation of church and state, blah blah blah, but he could say, I'm going to make an announcement. I'm going to ask the nation to do something, but I'll be setting aside my presidency during the time that I'm asking this. I don't know if it's possible to do that or not, but and then if you were to make a call to, not a call to arms, but a call to prayer, and that, if the nation would gather up and all pray together for the healing of our nation. And and everybody, like, he could put the prayer up on the screen and go, pray this with me, and if it was a prayer about healing the nation and getting the evil that's corrupting our nation, which you have to be blind not to see it at this point. I mean, or just purposely denying that it's a thing. I knew we were screwed, glued, and tattooed when I seen transgender kindergarten story time. I was like, yep, alright, well, we're foobarred at this point. And then all the woke agenda BS that's just infiltrated every aspect of our culture. But we're almost getting to the point of being beyond reprieve at this point. It's just almost no return. And I think, and I don't get paid to think, so take it with a grain of salt, but I think unless we all come together as a nation and go back to having the morals that we used to have, and this whole woke agenda thing, they're always saying, this is a racist country and we're racist, blah, 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 which is all BS. When I grew up, I was born in '74. I grew up with all the We Are the World, the Coke commercials, the friggin', you treat everybody on their merit, by, how they act. It's not what their skin color or anything like that. It's not what we were taught. Everybody was the same. I mean, there were always black actors in movies and TV shows. I mean, some of my favorite shows growing up were black shows, like freaking Sanford and Son and Jeffersons and what was that show rerunning them was on? I still remember that crap from when I was a kid. So, just there wasn't none of that. It wasn't until this woke crap got started that it got brought into our culture, or maybe I guess maybe you could say back in, like pre us, but we didn't grow up like that. Granted, there's always going to be X amount of racism to some extent, and I got black friends. I mean, who don't? I mean, but just kinds stick together, for the most part. White people generally hang around white people, black people generally hang around black people, so on and so forth. Culture, that thing they're always screaming and yelling about all the freaking time. I don't know. I just think we've gone greatly, greatly downhill. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I'm getting tired of being told I'm a terrible bad person because I'm friggin' white, or whatever other BS reason they come up with. There's nothing wrong with being white. There's nothing wrong with being black. For the longest time, there wasn't really a problem with people being gay, and you could do it, But the problem is they've taken it to the point now to where they're going after our kids. They're force feeding it in every movie, TV show, freaking video game. Look at the last Dragon Age game to come out. I wouldn't touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. That thing just screams friggin' woke. Nobody wants to play with that shit. Excuse my French. Pardon. Dang, almost made it. Almost made it. It's like that close. People play video games to escape the world, not to have it, to deal with it there too. And I know, and I don't know why, I guess because they've been given over to their sin, and whatever sin they've been given over consumes them, because if you think about it, those leftists, those wokies, it's literally all they think about. It's literally all they talk about. It is infused and ingrained in everything. I mean, you can't make a move. You can't. It's like they wake up thinking about it. They go to bed thinking about it. They're taking a crap or a shower. They're thinking about it. They're eating dinner. They never stop thinking about it. It's that woke crap, just nonstop. Man, I'm so tired of it. I'm just sick of it. I couldn't be more sick of it. You know, that's why we all rallied around Gina Carano. That's why. Because it was like a voice out there. That's why we all watch Nerdrotic. That's why, it, he's no different than the rest of us, except for he has a voice that gets out to millions of people. That's the only difference. He's speaking all the same stuff that we're thinking. He's not necessarily, Christian or anything like that. But personally, I don't believe any of us are doing it right. I think we all got a long ways to go, and if not for the grace of God, we're all going to burn in hell. Because none of us are walking exactly the way Jesus told us to walk. None of us. I've never met or seen anybody who has. So, without him defending us, and the only way that's going to happen is if you have a personal relationship with him, and it better be a good one. Because, I don't think you can just go, oh, Jesus is my Lord, and you're good. No. He told you what to do and what not to do. And if you're purposely, knowingly going and doing what he said not to do, well, you chose your path. And you didn't choose his, you didn't choose him. So don't be surprised when he sends your ass to hell. And I know that sucks, but he told you. Not like he didn't tell you. Not like he didn't warn you. That's why I gave up drinking. That's why I gave up smoking. That's why I gave up rock and roll. Well, basically all the world's music. I don't even listen to music anymore. I haven't listened to it in years. Pretty much since I quit drinking. I quit with the majority of the world's movies. I pretty much watch like the same cartoon or anime like over and over and over, just because I don't want to watch the trash that's out nowadays. I don't want to deal with it. And you basically can't buy any new games without having to deal with it. And I'm just going on a rant here, folks. If you've tuned out already, or it's not going to go on much longer. I just think we need a unifying voice and a unifying force, which the force is Jesus. Not like Star Wars, the Force. I'm just saying, he's what could bring us all together. But I think we need a voice. And I think if Trump were to get up there on the world stage and say it, because he did a little dance and that thing went all the way to China. Imagine if he called the world to straighten up, to get behind the Lord, to start living right, to turn your back on evil, to not let it stand before you like we're supposed to. Just imagine. Look how much better the whole world felt. Just Trump being elected. Think how much better you felt. Just that alone. Just that feeling. Now imagine if he were to come out and say what I said. And you would feel it. It would just, you would feel it everywhere. It would change. And then that would be the topic. That would be what everybody was talking about. What a wonderful thing for everybody to be talking about. How everybody's coming together under the Lord. Everybody's doing right. And almost to the point where when you seen people doing bad, it was highly frowned upon. You're like, boy, you need Jesus. You better get away from that. You better stop that. You better start living right. You die tomorrow. The whole Joe Dirt thing. Is this where you want to be when Jesus comes back? Is this what you want to be doing? I don't think so, Tim. Anyhow, yeah, I'm just kind of wanted to get that off my chest and put it out there. Imagine if somebody watched this video that knew Trump and like, hey, this damn dude from North Carolina, he had a great idea. You know, check this out. Never happened, but it'd be great anyways. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that being said, I hope y'all have a blessed day tomorrow and a blessed week. And just hope everything works out well for everybody. All right, peace.